From the Mumbai studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Through the day, big face-off between the Trinamool Congress and the BJP, and we have their representatives with us right now. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the point. A magistrate's court in Gujarat's Ahmedabad has today remanded a Trinamool Congress spokesperson and Riju's colleague Saket Gokhale to custody till the 8th of December, which means at least for the next 3 days he's going to be in police custody. Now, what is the reason? The reason is a completely fake tweet that was put by the official Trinamool spokesperson, where he said the Prime Minister's visit to Morbi in the aftermath of the tragedy there cost 30 crores. This was proven to be fake. There's no doubt about that. Even the Trinamool Congress isn't doubting the fact that it's fake. It's saying, however, that it's a lot of vendetta in this case. Now, who's really carrying out vendetta? And the Trinamool Congress, with its own record of FIRs against media houses and the like and arrests, are they really in any position to talk about vendetta? In case you didn't catch up earlier, this is what has happened, and then we go straight into the debate.
Detained from airport in Rajasthan, taken in a police van, surrounded by cops in a black t-shirt is TMC spokesperson Saket Gokhale. The reason for this arrest by Gujarat police was this fake tweet alleging PM Modi's Morbi visit cost the exchequer 30 crore rupees. He was brought to Ahmedabad to face the law, but remained non-committal on the fake news he spread.
I have been arrested and the owners of Oreva company have not been arrested yet. That just shows the priority.
But that was a fake tweet. The IT fact checker said that it was a fake.
Was it true that you were actually peddling fake
That
news?
That is for the judiciary to decide.
Soon after, TMC MP Derek O'Brien trooped to Ahmedabad upon Saket Gokhale's arrest.
Sir, is it politics?
I was trying to call you. Yeah, but good.
You can clearly see in the pictures Derek O'Brien along with his lawyer is standing outside DCP outside DCP office, because this is the very place from where Saket Gokhale has been arrested. FIR has been lodged against Saket Gokhale.
In West Bengal, Mamata Banerjee hit out at the arrest.
It's very bad. It's very bad and sad. Shakla is a very important and bright man, and for social network he is very popular also, and he has done no mistake. Really sorry for this vindictive attitude. I condemn.
But the irony is lost on no one. After all, under her rule, women have been arrested for posting memes.
ये एक मेमे है, ये एक ट्रॉल है. अगर मुझे अरेस्ट किया गया है तो हमारे सीएम ममता बनर्जी को भी अरेस्ट करना चाहिए, क्योंकि प्राइम मिनिस्टर के लिए इतना गलत बोलते हैं, तो उनको भी पहले अरेस्ट करो, फिर मेरे को बोलो.
Criticism and social media posts have landed people in jail under the TMC rule in Bengal. The BJP is saying it is all as per the law.
But I'm sure that the police, Gujarat police, have worked according to the Information Technology Act, and there must be a valid reason for the arrest, and the law will continue to take its own course.
They had earlier asked for a 3-day remand of Saket Gokhale, but the court has granted 2 days, that is till day after tomorrow, 8th of December till 12 p.m. is when the remand has been given for Saket Gokhale to be in police custody.
It is a face-off like no other. Let's debate.
We'll go with the facts of the case first. We have Priyanka Tibrewal of the BJP and Riju Datta of the Trinamool. We'll go by the facts of the case first. The claim. Riju, the claim was that the Prime Minister's visit to Morbi for a few hours cost 30 crores. And he also claimed to have information that the event management and photography cost 5.5 crores. There was no disclaimer, almost like he verified this quote-unquote RTI himself, right? Was this news correct? Was there any evidence to back it, or was it fake? My information is that it was 100% fake, right? What is your information? Was it fake or authentic? Was the information being put out clearly with a political purpose by an official spokesman fake news? Was this tweet that was put out fake news or authentic news?
Now the question here is, if there is a tweet that was tweeted by the national spokesperson of Trinamool Congress, and if that is a post tweet which has got misinformation in it, there are cyber laws where he can be prosecuted on. We are not saying, Trinamool Congress is not saying that the cyber law should not be imposed, but the way it was imposed, the tweet was on Morbi, but the orchestrators of those, the criminals behind the death of 135 innocent people are running scot-free because they are friends of the BJP. But coming to the main point, even if
no, just the main point. Can you answer my limited question? What do you? Are you therefore conceding? Are you conceding that the information was fake? No. Can you just answer that part, please? We'll move on. But first of all, Riju, may I just complete? You have started with a number of qualifications with your introductory remarks. You have said if there was a tweet. There's no if or but there. There was a tweet. If there was misinformation, there's no if and but there. There was misinformation, and you need to know, Riju, that so far, before he became an official spokesperson, he was a pretty well-known troll, but now he's not a troll. Or at least even if he's a troll, he carries the position of official spokesperson of the Trinamool Congress. You are an official spokesperson of the Trinamool Congress. Are you not responsible for the information that you put out? And therefore, was it fake news? I just want to know that.
Of course.
Was it fake news?
See, right now for me to sit on your channel and say it was fake or not, now it is, because it is sub judice, it's for the judiciary to decide. Now, Arnab, I just want to put my point across. Give me the courtesy of time, please. First of all, they could have imposed cyber laws on him. No issues. Trinamool Congress has no issues. But the Gujarat police has today accepted the fact that they have not informed Rajasthan police. They have gone into a foreign state and they have arrested him at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Foreign state?
He is not a terrorist.
What is a foreign state?
Like that. So that is why we say...
They arrested from Rajasthan. Rajasthan is not a foreign state.
Rajasthan.
It's not a foreign state. It's an Indian state.
It's from a different state. Come on.
Yeah, okay.
From a different state.
No, you said foreign, so I had to qualify.
From a different Indian state without informing the authorities of that state.
How it could be
so
foreign?
Now my point is this. Very clearly, what has happened is this. What has happened is nothing but overreach, witch hunt, scare tactics to intimidate TMC before the winter session of the parliament.
All right.
And it is a complete case of cheap political vendetta. But we will not bow down. Let them do all this. What will happen? After 2 days, nothing will come out and he will get bail. But we will not, we will not let BJP to choke the voices of the dissent of the opposition. Sorry.
Absolutely.
And if they think they can shut up Trinamool Congress, they have forgotten who our leader is. So it's simple. Let them do their scare tactics and intimidation tactics.
I agree with you. I agree with you. Can I tell you one thing? Can I say one thing to you tonight? I say it honestly tonight. I agree with you. Anyone who thinks, right, that these tactics work, any such tactics work which are beyond the law, is mistaken, including, if I may add, in the state of West Bengal. If anyone thinks that putting FIRs against media houses, putting ridiculous cases against media houses who are incredibly popular among the people because they speak the voice of the people, right? If anyone thinks you can do this, it won't work. I completely feel that this same thing applies in Bengal as well. I really am so happy that you echo my views on that in the state of Bengal, whether it be a critic, whether it be someone who does a spoof, whether it be someone who does a meme, I'm sure in Bengal your government has never done something like show any intolerance towards people who may be critical of the views of what the state government may do.
Give others a chance. You've already spoken.
No.
You've already
Free speech,
spoken.
Free speech. 1 second, Priyanka. I will give you your full time. I will not interrupt. I am just going to say this. As the national spokesperson of a party, I have the liberty of free speech, but there is a line. I cannot go on and directly abuse the Prime Minister of the country. Nobody from BJP, Priyanka, is a responsible national spokesperson. She cannot directly abuse Mamata Banerjee. If that we categorize as free speech, or if we say something as in the name of free speech.
No, I'll just tell you. I'll just tell you one
spread
thing. I'll say one thing to you. I bring your attention. I bring your attention to one case out here, a case in point, and then I'll hand it over to Priyanka. Please do understand that please understand that there were multiple cases filed against one particular media group in Bengal, which was operating from Bengal, for a series of reports, and eventually this was stayed by the Supreme Court. Okay, so let us please be cognizant of the past and the observations of the courts in these matters. And I don't need to tell you right now what the Supreme Court benches at that time of Justices Sanjay Kishan Kaul and B.R. Gavai said about the case. Now, having said that, my question is to Priyanka Tibrewal. Priyanka, there's no doubt that this is a fake news story. I mean, Riju will not accept it on television because he has considerations right now and he has to go by, they're going to challenge this in court. He's not going to compromise the case of his colleague, though, I mean, frankly, he knows that it is wrong, but he can't say that. However, my question to you is, an arrest, going all the way to Rajasthan, picking him up, getting him, see, you know, if you know this particular individual will be loving the coverage in this particular case, and you may be seen to be overreacting. Are you overreacting? It's a fake news case. The PIB fact check has put out a clarification. 1 minute. The PIB fact check has put out a clarification and saying, with quoting an RTI, it is being claimed in a tweet that the PM's visit cost 30 crores. The claim is fake. No such RTI response has been given. Already the matter has been fairly strongly clarified. Fairly strongly clarified in the social media. I mean, I don't think if I put out the call, anyone's believing that what Saket Gokhale said is correct. Was the arrest required or necessary at all?
Arnab, see, the rule of law has to prevail in the country. Now, my friend Mr. Datta was speaking of right of freedom of expression. No one denies that. But even the Constitution mentions that there should be reasonable restrictions in that, and it does not prevent the state, from making any law imposing if it is in the interest of public law and order, firstly. Secondly, they are saying it is vindictiveness, they are saying it's political vendetta. But what I will tell you is, Mr. Gokhale is not just a troll, but Mr. Gokhale is a habitual offender. He was
what are you saying,
by
habitual
the High Court
offender?
In the last year, when and why? Yes, he's a habitual offender. He was pulled by the High Court. Why? Because he raised questions on the assets of the former diplomat and her husband, Union Minister, Mr. Hardeep Singh Puri.
That is true. That is true.
Via his tweets.
The Hardeep Puri case was an absolutely clear case of Saket Gokhale going over the top and making allegations which were very strongly contested by the central minister.
Correct.
And I remember that.
He was pulled very strongly by the High Court.
Yes, absolutely.
He was asked to delete those defamatory tweets. It was asserted that, he should have conducted due diligence. It was said that he did not have clarifications while posting those tweets. So the term habitual offender is for those, like proudly Mr. Datta was saying, we are not scared, we'll carry on. This is the shameless attitude that we are habitual offenders. We will continue with this action and nobody can stop us. Not even the rule of the law or the land. So it is not BJP who's catching you. It is the police, because there was an FIR. Now, once again, whoever is crying foul, have you forgotten Ambikesh Mahapatra? Have you forgotten Priyanka Sharma? Have you forgotten Ruddur Roy? And last month, just in the month of November, a YouTuber Tuhin Mandal. Why were they arrested? When there is so much of freedom of expression and speech in West Bengal?
Okay, I just add one thing before Riju comes in.
So
Riju, if I may, 1 minute. Priyanka, I'm getting a full response from you on this. But I want to say something also tonight. I am completely aware that it must be really useful for political parties to pick up people who are seen to be quote-unquote influencers with a few thousands following them and then, make them party spokespersons. It's, you sort of you feel that you're investing in someone who's already built a base, but you got to look at the background, Riju. What are we doing? Here is an individual who has a certain track record. It's really, really terrible track record he has. He was asked by the Delhi High Court to immediately delete the false tweets against former Ambassador Lakshmi Puri. It was a case which I couldn't believe that somebody makes these comments. And then in February 2020, he claimed the Delhi police granted him permission to hold a rally chanting Desh ke gaddaro ko goli maro dash ko, which was immediately refuted by the police. It was very dangerous when a person does this kind of stuff. It's really dangerous. You're provoking people, you're inciting violence. And in the middle of COVID, he said there's a ventilator scam. He couldn't prove it. He cast doubts on the efficacy of the Covaxine. At that point of time, may I remind you, Riju, you do know February 2020, you forget February 2020? How difficult the situation was in Kolkata. The election campaign had just built up. There was COVID all over, and he put out all kinds of nonsense regarding Covaxine. And he accused his donors of allegedly raising 76 lakhs through a crowdfunding account, and then made these crowdfunding links dysfunctional after people asked for accountability about how the money was spent. So there is a track record. That's the point. Is that the point you're making, Priyanka? There is a track record to an individual. The party cannot say, oh, it's useful if the individual continues to do more of this in a political capacity, because then the question is, where's your individual capacity and political capacity? The two get enmeshed, and it becomes extremely serious.
Can I come in now?
Yes, please.
The intent is to disrupt the peace and tranquility and harmony.
Yes, thank you.
The intent is to disrupt the peace and public peace.
Thank you. Priyanka, I did not speak in your time. I hope you will extend the same courtesy. Thank you. So my question is this: what Saket Gokhale's induction into the party, what is his future? That is for the party high command to decide. I am not the one. But if you're talking about a man's track record and criminal history, then Arnab, I am sure, being the expert journalist you are, you will abide by the fact that 39% of the union cabinet ministers have criminal cases against them. In the recently concluded MCD, AAP, Congress and BJP have fielded candidates who have got multiple criminal charges against them. So let me, Priyanka, please, can I finish, please?
Okay, Priyanka, let him complete. Priyanka, what I'm doing tonight, since Priyanka, it's a one versus one minute. Since it's a one versus one, I'm letting each side speak. You can tear into each other's arguments. Just let's not have two voices. You can tear into each other, no problem. Completely demolish, lacerate the other side's argument, but after them.
Now I will raise three. Yes. Now I'll raise three pertinent points here, and Priyanka can have her time after that. First of all, few days ago, Mr. Paresh Rawal, another actor turned court politician, who in his desperate need to bootlick his BJP masters, insulted Bengalis. Now what happened? We did not go to Bombay, Calcutta police did not go to Bombay and pick him up. There was an FIR registered on his name by CPIM. The Calcutta police has issued him a summon that come to Calcutta and you face the interrogation. If we deem fit, we will arrest you or we will leave you. Now that is the rule of the law. But what happened in Saket's case was overreach and witch hunt. Number 1 point. Number 2 point. Why was Saket Gokhale arrested on this Morbi tweet, particularly Morbi tweet, just a day after the conclusion of Gujarat elections? He could have been arrested before, because Morbi is a sensitive issue. So obviously there is a political angle to it. Obviously there is because he made this tweet before the Gujarat elections. So this needs to be answered. And the third most important thing, a personal experience, I'll tell you. I once put out a tweet on PM Narendra Modi. That I got it from some MP I'm not naming, who also made a mistake, and it was a wrong tweet. It was a fake tweet. It was a morph tweet. I immediately apologized and I deleted the tweet. You know what happened? UP police, 31 police stations filed cyber FIRs against me, and for the last 5 years I cannot visit Banaras as a Hindu to give puja there. So tell me, if you point a finger at my party, West Bengal and everything, is BJP in a position to act holier than thou? Please tell me this.
Well, I don't know. I just tell you the Supreme Court in June stayed the investigation in multiple FIRs that were registered against people running a news site from Kolkata. And there are a couple of points that we need to look at. there have been Congress leaders arrested in Bengal for sharing an anti-Trinamool government post on the social media. You know, there is a saying in English, if I can share it with you today, the shoe pinches when it is on the other foot. You know what I mean? So, you see, please do understand. I think the moral of the story also, introspection is required. Arresting people because they are forwarding a spoof on email. A professor was arrested in 2012, forwarded a spoof of an email. I think it happened in 2021. BJP leaders arrested for putting out a meme on political personalities in Bengal have been pretty regular. This case is a case in point of fake news.
So if I put out a meme making a caricature of Prime Minister Modi, I'll be running scot-free.
No, what I'm trying to tell you in this case is this. The newspaper Gujarat Samachar, which the individual who is your colleague as a national spokesperson has displayed as the source of the information, has categorically denied having made any such publication. So we are talking of a very deep fake.
Denied, correct.
We are not talking of just an ordinary fake, Priyanka. We are talking of deep fake news. This is fake news to another level. You know, I'll tell you a similar...
Correct.
After...
The publication has...
Please. Yeah, please.
The newspaper has denied any such publication. Not just that, even the RTI, which he was speaking about, has claimed that it is fake. And that is the reason he was taken in remand today, to find out as to who are the co-conspirators, to find out as to how many fake accounts are linked to it. Just now Mr. Datta was speaking about some tweet of Mr. Paresh Rawal, but he did not mention that immediately after that he again tweeted where he said that my comments should not be taken, otherwise it is not against Bengalis. Now he is not mentioning all that clarification. So you see how easily they are trying to spread hatred. But it is hurting them now because they are having to face the other side of it. Now can he tell me, Mr. Ambikesh Mahapatra, who just forwarded a mail which had the cartoon of the Chief Minister.
Okay.
So just for that cartoon, he had to go through the law and still going. It's been 9 years.
Are you talking about the professor who teaches chemistry at Jadavpur University in Kolkata?
It will be accepted?
Yes.
Are you talking about the chemistry professor?
Yes.
Okay.
Professor Ambikesh Mahapatra. Correct. Professor Ambikesh Mahapatra, in 2012 the case started.
Priyanka, if I make a caricature of Prime Minister Modi, Prime Minister Modi and spread
nobody
it in
made a caricature. It came to him on email. He just forwarded it.
Please answer me this.
It just came to him on the. It just came to him on email. He just forwarded it.
If I do exactly the same thing,
no.
Priyanka, you are a lawyer. You are a lawyer.
How many people?
You are a lawyer of the High Court. You are a lawyer of the High Court. I respect you.
How many people from your party were arrested when they spoke about the president of the country, Draupadi Murmu? You tell me now. What did the leader of your party say against Draupadi Murmu? And this is not just very old. Their party did not even condemn. They did not even ask him to apologize. They did not even ask him to apologize.
Have you arrested
Now this is what I'm saying.
Is Kapil Mishra arrested?
Mr. Datta, why don't you file FIRs? Why don't you file FIRs? It is, you see, responsible citizens of this country who respect the dignity of the Prime Minister of our country.
I put this to you.
And file an FIR, but you are not bothered.
Is Kangana Ranaut arrested? You have given Z+ security to Kangana Ranaut. Why?
Go and arrest.
I filed an FIR against Kangana Ranaut.
No, you go and arrest and go before the court of law. BJP has not gone and arrested you. It is you who went against the rule of law. It is you who have invoked those sections. That is the reason you are behind bars. That is the reason your people are behind bars. Now go before the court. Why did the court take his remand? Tell me today. If there was nothing prima facie, why was he arrested? If there was nothing prima facie, why was he arrested? You speak against the president of the country. 110 times in a day your chief minister abuses the prime minister of this country. And then now you are trying to act fair. Are you trying to act fair? Don't cry foul. There is no point. If you are doing mistakes, you will have to repent. But there is no repentance. There is no repentance. There is no repentance. As I said, habitual offender is the word. Habitual offender is the word. And people like Saket Gokhale should be.
I'd like to just say, you see what happens is, Riju, may I just come in? May I just come in? You see what happens is this. See, Riju, you're spokesperson. And then there are influencers. In the course of a conversation, we want to buttress our argument. I'm telling you this as someone who's only debated for a long time. I say in the course of the argument, even have to buttress the argument or win the argument against Priyanka, I can't go wrong on facts. So I'll just tell you one thing. For example, if you say today, you know, Kangana Ranaut has got Z plus security, and you just said it 5 times, and if I tell you that somebody is going to believe you, and then I tell you that, dear Riju Datta, you are 100% wrong. Kangana does not have Z plus security. She has a Y category security, which is incomparable with Z plus security. Z plus security is what the Prime Minister has, what Amit Shah has. So can you be kindly, no, 1 minute, just 1 minute. So what I'm saying to you is this. There are, and now you make a point. There is criticism which is allowed. And I think political parties must be open to criticism. Political parties which want to remain connected with the people have to be open to criticism. Political parties that have this approach of, we are in power now, you don't speak against us, my way or the highway, you know, they learn it the hard way. Criticism is allowed. Indecency and obscenity, I will personally tell you, were not allowed. Indecency and obscenity is one thing. So people who morph pictures, do that, especially to women, absolutely not allowed. Ask Priyanka, she'll be totally against it. But caricature allowed. You want to caricature me, you want to caricature yourself, you want to caricature Priyanka, you want to caricature a political leader. Political leaders must be open to caricature. I mean, Balasaheb Thackeray was, you know, used to do wonderful cartoons. Let's not forget that caricature is part of our political discourse. But fake news is something else. So what I'm saying to you, Riju, is we must learn to not put everything in one bucket. Criticism is not indecency. Indecency and obscenity is not criticism. Indecency and obscenity is not caricature. And caricature is not fake news. Caricature is not fake news either.
What is your expert opinion? Okay, Arnab, 2 things I'll tell you. First, I want your opinion on the modern day Goebbels or Mr. Fake News Amit Malviya, because many of his tweets have been deemed as manipulated tweet by Twitter itself. So he's a fake news peddler and he's the IT head of BJP. What's your comment on that? And second, you told me a saying in English that, you know, the shoe pinches on the other foot. I want to tell on your show to the BJP that people who live in glass houses do not throw stones at others.
None of his tweets are
He's
there.
your master, no. He's modern day Goebbels. He's your master.
But he shamelessly did not argue. He shamelessly did not argue like you are doing that, no, we will continue.
He's the IT head of your Führer.
We will continue with this habit. So that is the reason I said offender. That is the reason I said shameless offenders.
Nobody said that. I said in the beginning of this debate that if he has made a mistake,
no, you know, I feel I'll take offense to one thing. I'll take offense to one thing. I'll take offense to one thing. Now that you've said a couple of things, and I've heard everyone tonight, I think I deserve 30 seconds out here. I've heard all of you. Please remember, I think we cannot always cross the line. You know, Riju, to come on the program and say the Prime Minister of India is Führer, you know, is unacceptable, because I think on 29th April...
That.
No, you said he's the... No, who did you refer to as Führer?
I never said that.
Who did you refer to as Führer? I refuse. Prime Minister of India cannot be compared to... No, you have to respect the position even if you have a political...
I did not say the Prime Minister. No,
then what did you say? Who did you refer to? Who did you refer to? Who did you say? Who did you refer to as Führer?
Don't put words in my mouth.
But who did you refer to as Führer?
Tell me what is the exact definition of the word German?
No, you tell me one thing. Who did you... 1 minute, Riju, I'm asking you. Who did you refer... Riju, listen. Riju, 1 minute. Listen.
I have said Amit Malviya's master.
Who is Amit Malviya's master? Who is Führer?
Don't say I have...
Who are you referring to? Who is his master you are referring to as Führer? Who is his master?
That is open to your interpretation.
No, there's no... Well, if you refer to someone, you should have the courage to say, I refer to this individual. You're not talking metaphorically.
No, I have the courage. That's why I said. But what
No,
you
that's not-
are
that's not-
making
that's not correct.
assumptions. No, don't make assumptions.
No,
I
I'll say one thing. I'll say one thing. Now, Riju, listen to me. Riju, listen to me. Please listen to me. I'll give you two examples today, okay?
Yeah.
And then we'll agree to disagree. On 29th April 2019, the then Congress, IT head, Divya Spandana, carried a meme comparing Narendra Modi to Adolf Hitler. Was she arrested? No. On 23rd September 2019, Jignesh Mewani shared a meme where Modi was photoshopped to represent Ravan as Prime Minister. He was with 10 heads with a caption, "Kyunki Chaukidar bhi chor hai." Was Jignesh Mewani arrested then for that? No. So what I'm saying here is we cannot build a narrative. I request all of you, we look at this entirely, but I think we need to, for political discourse in this country, I think we all need to step back. And for you, Riju, I'm saying to you, you wouldn't put out something like what was put out. That is a responsible national spokesman. It carries to you and to Priyanka. That's all I'll say. And we agree to disagree. This has been a good debate. 1 versus 1, ladies and gentlemen. And finally, they said India is on the brink of collapse. They said inflation, recession will eat up the Indian economy. India is over. Modi's policies have run the Indian economy to the ground. What is the fact? The World Bank says it is improving India's growth forecast from 6.4 to almost 7%, 6.9%. Does the Doomsday Brigade have anything to say in response? Let's debate.
The Indian economy is taking the world by storm.
India has built resilience through good policies, through good fiscal policy, through good monetary policy. So you have a fiscal come inflation environment that is benign enough to not to be damaging for growth. And India has also put in place a number of measures that will help going forward.
The World Bank has revised India's GDP growth forecast to 6.9% from the earlier estimate of 6.5%.
Domestic economy quite strong थी, consumption, private consumption और investment के numbers जो थे वो quite strong थे, और जो slowdown हम expect कर रहे थे global economy में वो जितना ज़्यादा हम expect कर रहे थे वो इतना हुआ नहीं, तो जो impact है India पे वो थोड़ा कम हुआ है, इसलिए हमने upgrade करा है हमारा forecast, और Indian economy resilient भी बहुत है.
Nations like Germany are praising India as a role model economy.
India is a role model for many other countries across the globe. Germany is India's biggest trading partner in the EU, and with this agreement we are setting the tracks to further intensifying our economic relations in the future.
This is India's decade.
Almost certainly will be the third largest economy in the world. Our human resources by 2030 in a knowledge economy, in a world which is dominated by artificial intelligence, our human resources will be much more critical for the global economy.
But the Doomsday Brigade that prophesied a demise of the Indian economy and crisis-like situation has gone into hiding. India is set for superpowerdom. Let's debate.
Okay, Bachu Srinivas of the TRS, Nilanjan Das. I see Rama Subramaniam there from Chennai, political analyst. Vijay Sardana, market expert. And I see Lokesh Jindal there. My first question is to Dr. Syed Zafar Islam, and we can open this up. This is becoming a part of a trend. But your critics say, Zafar, that Morgan Stanley can say India is doing good, but people of India are not saying so. I mean, this is the argument. They say it doesn't matter whether we become the third largest economy by 2030. Nothing matters. It doesn't matter our manufacturing is going up. It doesn't matter Apple is moving to India. They say the story, the way they look at it, is not good enough. And I know what Lokesh will say today, so I'm preempting that. He says all of these numbers amount to nothing for the people of India. Zafar.
Well, Arnab, let me tell you that there is a bunch of people. They are in a good position, influential position. They have enjoyed the position earlier. they are the one who will criticize the Indian economy. But those people who understand the economy well, those who are exposed to the market, those who are exposed to the global economy, will always say one thing, that Indian government has taken the right call, the right policy decision, the right kind of structural reform they have undertaken, and somebody who has been able to take that kind of decision is the Honorable Prime Minister, who understood what is important for the country, and no matter how difficult the decision
Sir,
was.
stop this bootlicking and come with facts so as to support what you are saying.
It was good for the country.
As per the personal banking data, the manufacturing sector, it has shrunk, and the entire loan that is being given, it is being given for personal consumption.
I don't know what kind of Can I just...
The RBI has pointed out that the percentage of loans forwarded...
No, don't speak like a foolish man.
Lokesh, may I request you? I am going to allow you. There's no need for this. There's no need for this, and it's not fair of you to call Zafar, a bootlicker at the start when he's representing his party officially on the program. I'm not calling you a name.
The economy is doing exceedingly well.
Yeah, go on. And he's making a detailed economic point, Lokesh.
Well,
please not.
Arnab, see, I just want to have a civilized debate, because we are not doing a tutu meme of a political debate. It's a purely debate on economy. Everyone understands that Indian economy is doing well. All the parameters, if you say the Indian economy, macroeconomic parameters, Indian economy is doing very well. Everyone acknowledges that. You see the World Bank record, you will see the IMF report, you see all the shops which is on the street, they have published report. Everyone suggests that the structural reform which had been undertaken by India in 2017, 2018 had slowed down the economy, which was so evident for 4 quarters in 2020 but it has
I think Nilanjan's wanting to come in, Zafar. I think Nilanjan's wanting to come in, Zafar. I'm allowing him. I'm allowing him.
What is the PMI manufacturing?
No, I know you have a lot of stats. No, listen. By the way, one minute.
PMI and service.
One minute. I know, Zafar, you're good at this. I know you worked for a global bank before joining politics. But just 1 second, Zafar. Allow the others to come in. Allow them to hit you, and then you can hit back. Go on, Nilanjan. Go on. Nilanjan, you got to be real, okay? By the way, I don't know.
Yes,
I feel very proud.
I welcome.
I feel very proud.
Yes, I am proud. I thank God. Arnab, I thank God that we are moving towards the path of recovery.
Why can't you thank the government also?
No. This government always attributes all its failures to, they call it acts of God, right? So let us also attribute this achievement, so-called achievement of jumping by 0.04% to the God. This is point number one.
Why are you underplaying
point number two,
Why are you underplaying it?
Please let me finish.
Why are you trying to underplay it?
No, I'm not trying to underplay.
Of course you're underplaying it. I'll get Vivek, Mr. Sadhana on the other side.
Of course not.
Jumping by what number?
Arnab, let me come to my second point. Arnab, let me come to my second point. This BJP, this government, they do not agree to any international other global reports. They don't agree to the hunger index. They don't agree to the democratic index.
What does the high frequency data suggest?
Today,
what is the PMI manufacturing PMI? What is the services PMI?
These are issues that do not interest the public. They are not getting
let's
their
talk about economy. Don't give your analysis. Talk about the numbers. I want to talk about the numbers.
Sir, can I give you the numbers?
Unemployment has reached a 45-year high.
1 minute.
What is the unemployment rate? What is the unemployment rate? It's better than what we had. What we had pre-COVID level. It has improved.
Just 1 minute.
Let's talk about the absolute
momentum in manufacturing space. We are with momentum in our economy. Lot of momentum in an economy, and you will see lot of companies setting up shop here. You will have both blue collar job, white collar job. You will have unlimited job opportunities in India.
Viewers, I want to.
You had thrown the Indian economy.
1 minute.
I think you do not understand.
Can I, Nilanjan, 1 minute. Zafar, 1 minute. Nilanjan, I want to say one thing to you. Please let us see. At one point.
If you don't understand the economy, don't speak. Come on some other debate, political debate, but not on issue which does not require tutu meme.
No, can I just request you 1 minute, please, Nilanjan? I'm trying to get everyone in. We have Vijay Sardana, who's a market expert economist, and we have Rama Subramaniam, and I want to say one thing. Viewers, there are a lot of people who will tell you that these numbers, and I'd like to get Bachu Srinivas and Rama Subramaniam on the right, please. There are a lot of people, viewers, who will tell you that these numbers don't matter to you. And I want to tell you these numbers matter to you. There are people who will tell you, that if India's manufacturing goes up, it doesn't matter. And I want to tell you, viewers, I'm not an incrementalist. I'm not an incrementalist. This is what is happening in India is not incremental. We are going through hockey stick growth compared to the global economy. Our manufacturing worth is rising, Rama, to $1.4 trillion. The Americans are standing up. The Chinese don't know what's hitting them. The manufacturing share of GDP is set to rise to 21% in a decade, from the 447 billion to 1.4 trillion. Bachu and Rama, remember what the Prime Minister said on 15th August. Single point agenda, he said we have to become a developed economy. You know, Rama, you know, when our manufacturing goes up to 1.4 trillion, you think jobs will not be created, private sector won't happen, roads won't be created around it? Can you actually say that? Rama, over to you.
I'm just talking about as of now. World Bank has given the report. The first point I would like to make a mention is the unemployment, which was talked about by the gentleman from BJP.
Zafar is his name, yeah.
As of now is, I am talking about the figures as of now. I am not talking about the future. Yes, the future of India is definitely going to be very successful. I want to make it very clear. We are on the path of recovery.
No, future is linked to the present, Rama. How do you delink the future from the present? Are you saying the future is that all the structural reforms, all the changes that have been brought in by the Modi government have nothing to do with it? Do you think we are automatically going to surpass Germany and Japan by 2030? Do you think it's happening automatically? Come on, don't delink the future from the present. I don't understand. The future is linked to what...
I would like to make a mention. See, first I started with the first point, that is unemployment. Today, unemployment is as of now 8%. Which is definitely alarming. The urban unemployment is something like 8.9%. This is a data I am giving from the CMI. Please allow me to continue.
Okay.
Please allow me to continue. The rural unemployment is also something like 7.55%. This is certainly not a good development. If you develop without employment, then it is a haphazard growth. That is what I want to mention. This is what is happening for the past several years, and that is continuing. That is 1.6.
Can I just come in, please?
Sir, I want Mr. Sardana to respond once, but today, viewers, I want to tell you all that you have been told by some people is wrong. I'm telling you, viewers, Raghuram Rajan was completely wrong. Raghuram Rajan was comparing India to Sri Lanka. Never forget that, viewers. Raghuram Rajan was comparing. No, 1 minute, let me speak. Let me speak. You make demigods of these people, and when they are wrong, I will come on television and say they are wrong. He was comparing India to Sri Lanka in August, saying we should be worrying about the economic condition of minorities. Today, Raghuram Rajan, the World Bank says the fiscal space has been improving with both the deficit and the public debt declining, which was the biggest problem with Sri Lanka. How could you ever compare India to Sri Lanka? Every forecast is for India. Every forecast. Our economy, according to Morgan Stanley, will be doubling by 2031. You think it's a small thing? Mr. Sardana, an economy of a country doubling. I want anyone to go to London today, see the British economy. See the British economy, see the cost of living crisis. And then come to India, fly from Heathrow to Delhi and tell me who's doing better and who's well. The problem with you, Mr. Rama, is that you will still say the British are doing better. I don't understand. Why don't you put us? Why are you so negative, sir? 1 minute, Mr. Sardana is on the debate. Mr. Sardana, then I get in.
I am not comparing India with.
So you do have to compare. You must compare.
No, that is a different cup of.
Why different? We are part of the world. We're doing brilliantly. The world is not.
No.
I don't know, sir.
Europe is.
Opening up to Mr. Sardana right now, please.
Compared to United Kingdom. That's why he doesn't want to compare. Had India been not doing well compared to UK, then perhaps he would have definitely compared Indian economy with the UK economy.
No.
Arnab, can I come in now?
Yeah, Mr. Dana.
The world is technology.
I think
Bachu, I'm coming to you in a minute. Bachu Srinivas, I'm coming to you in a minute. Sardana's turn. Mr. Sardana. Mr. Sardana. Vijay Sardana on the debate. Vijay.
I think all panelists should respect other...
I'm not told.
I think other panelists should respect the time for others also. I think we should respect the others' time as well instead of jumping in every debate. See, my request is that first of all, whoever is looking at India must look at that we are talking of an economy of 1.4 billion people. And the way we are looking at, I think people, those who have not seen what is happening on ground level in India, must go and see. You will be proud of what India is up to. Go to the centers where people are working on innovations, working on startups, and you will see that the level of development which India will see is unprecedented. So simply looking into studios is not going to help you move out and see what is happening on ground. World Bank reduced our growth rate because of three factors. Because of crisis in the economy is the global import of crude oil. Second, because of that inflationary pressure, interest rate was going up. And good part is that all these three factors are under control. That is why you will see that growth of Indian economy will be far better than 2022. Inflation will be under control. Fuel prices will be under control. Interest rate will be under control. This will reduce the fiscal deficit. And best part is that we are not export dependent economy like China.
No, I say, Mr. Sardana, and hear me, Bachu, let us learn to be proud. Bachu Srinivas, be proud. Be proud of what we are doing today. Because in my entire life, I haven't seen such a determined effort to take us to economic superpowerdom.
Mr. Arnab.
Yes, Bachu Srinivas, the spokesperson of the TRS. He's joining us from Hyderabad. Yes.
We will be a 5
One
trillion
word I would like to speak. Let me speak one word.
Go on.
Let me speak one word. What was the unemployment in 2014 and what is the unemployment today? And where the BJP government promises, they promised how many crores of jobs. Listen. You kindly listen. You just wait. No, you have spoken. No, you have spoken a lot of things and you have given a lot of.
This is only Zafar and Bachu right now on the debate. Just one versus one. Only Zafar and Bachu, please.
2 crore job in government job, then you have badly mistaken.
Only Zafar and Bachu on the debate, please. I request you.
Kindly wait 2 words. I want to ask you one question. There is a growth in GDP in Indian economy.
Unfair to make, somebody is making this kind of observation that 2 crore jobs needs to be created. Enough number of jobs have been created,
no,
but not in
what
government.
Is the percentage
government
of unemployment today?
But in private space, just go and see the IPF number. Just go and see the IPF number.
Actually, who told this?
Naukri.com. You see the Naukri.com. You see all the other parameters. You'll see that job is growing and unemployment rate is coming off.
To remember you one
no,
thing.
I don't know what your assessment. I don't know what from where you are digging those statistics.
Okay. Zafar, wait a minute. Let him complete. Zafar, let him complete. Zafar, let him complete. Please, thank you. Yeah, Bachu, complete.
Who is the person that forecasted that it is going to be increased? What is his name? What are the bases that it is going to be increased? How many industries are established in India so far? How many jobs have given?
Okay, I'll tell you. Since you are asking for something, you must give me opportunity to respond to. 1 minute, Zafar. Zafar, this is a serious point here. When I said to you, sir, that be proud, I really meant it. And if I can have everyone on, I want to explain this. I say to you viewers today, can we have 2 versus 2? I say to you viewers today, let us learn to be proud. And people say, what are you being proud for? I say be proud that we are emerging as an alternative for product design and manufacturing semiconductors. The industry did not even exist in India 10 years back. I say be proud that we are now a major hub for iPhones outside of China. We currently account for over 5% of total iPhone manufacturing. I say be proud. I say be proud that India's entrepreneurs in 2021 created more than 40 unicorns. I say learn to be proud that we had FDI inflows which went up 20-fold in the last 20 years. Record inflow is 83 billion. You are not being proud. Are you proud? For example, are you proud, Lokesh, that we achieved exports of defense items and technology worth 13,000 crore rupees, a substantial rise in defense exports? All the Congress governments did was do defense imports, and I won't tell you what they did with some defense imports and who took what cuts. You should be proud. You've forgotten to be proud. Are you proud? We are the biggest, don't interrupt me. We are the biggest funder of agri-food tech innovation in the APAC region, crossing China. But you don't feel proud when I tell you these things. You'll just do this. You don't feel proud.
Because I have
you
a
don't
reason
feel
for
proud.
this. You please
only the Bharat Toro Yatra makes you proud.
You just answer my question. Let's talk economics now.
No, there is no. I've given you an economic reply.
You answer my question, and I will side by you. I'll support everything whatever you say. Now, as per the RBI data, when we talk about the financial sector, there is a shrinking of manufacturing production loan that is taking place since a decade.
Oh God!
Don't say manufacturing is embarking upon personal loans.
Oh God!
Please let me complete.
This is what your understanding is.
The entire economy
is
a demand-driven economy, and these personal
class 5 economics पढ़ के आप you say you read class 5 economics, you are telling me demand and supply driven economy. I don't know what to do.
That although the food and the fuel inflation has reduced, but the core inflation remains high. The point is, when you are having a high inflation and the manufacturing sector is having a lower financial outlay, when the loans are being distributed less, there is a slowdown in the manufacturing sector. Where are you going to where are you going to get the goods that are being demanded for? There is going to be more and more inflation in time to come.
Okay.
The point is, although the World Bank has stated that there is going to be a 6.9% growth rate, but previously the growth rate that was projected was around 8.7%. So effectively, from last year, from 8.7%, the growth has been slowed down to 6.9%.
Oh God, last year's growth was based upon the COVID year's base. Don't you understand?
It's not about COVID year. The point is, it would have increased relatively quarter by quarter if you consider June to September.
You are shocking me. You are shocking me. I'm getting an electric shock every time you speak now.
We are in a slowdown. You are getting shocks because I'm telling you.
Okay, Zafar is responding. It's crazy.
Report me on these economic facts.
Okay, quick. Should we close?
Let me now.
10 seconds. 10 seconds, Zafar.
Let me
Got to close, Zafar.
When you are talking about manufacturing.
Other economics of Republic don't work because we have to carry the
also understand what is the PMI. Had it been slowed on, the PMI would not have been
55 per hai abhi. PMI 55 per hai. It is driven by the services sector, manufacturing sector.
Ladies and gentlemen,
the services sector is already on 55. That only suggests there is enough economic activity, there is enough manufacturing activity in the system.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, and that's it.
About the loan is not the parameter, it's the PMI whether there is.
And ladies and gentlemen, that's it on the debate this evening. I'm very upbeat about India. How are you feeling about it? And remember, viewers, early in the morning on the 8th, we'll bring you the results, fastest results, quickest results, best results, fantastic coverage of Gujarat and Himachal. That's coming on 8th. And I'll see you soon. Good night and goodbye.
Amity has been ranked India's #1 not-for-profit private university for 10 years, with top 10 ranked institutions in management, engineering, biotech, law, masscom, telecom, hospitality, fashion and more. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
Get Beto's Diabetes Care Program with a free glucometer and expert advice. Give a missed call on 740 1100.
आग को फैलने से रोकना मुश्किल है पर नामुमकिन नहीं। अब फायरवॉल टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ सेंचुरी प्लाइड क्लब प्राइम आग से बचाए।
Get Beto's Diabetes Care Program with a free glucometer and expert advice. Give a missed call on 740 1100.
the 10th anniversary of the former Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, J. Jayalalitha. V.K. Shashikala, along with her cadres, have gathered here to pay respects to the former Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu.
BJP's focus is now on 2024 Lok Sabha election, and before that, a two-day strategy meet is underway here in National Capital at BJP headquarters.
That in itself, this connect underscore the popularity of Narendra Modi with his people.
Amit Shah's huge supporters and cadres can clearly be seen. Chants of Bharat Mata Ki Jai and Jai Shri Ram could clearly be heard.
We are in Jammu, the Resident Commissioner office, where the Kashmiri Pandits are staging protests against the threats that have been issued by the terror group, the Resistance Front.